I looked at my lives, and I thought I went live, and I know I did on Tuesday. Somehow it didn't take. So I thought, well, you guys probably got an update, but you didn't get an update. But I've got Soap Caddies to pack. So I thought I'd give you the opportunity to kind of get up to date with everybody and let you all see a little bit of the process of what we do when we do these and give you all an opportunity to connect and grow. So kind of a thing. You all know you can hit hashtag blessed to be able to put your channel in so that you can connect properly, of course. Let me see. Let me make sure my thumbnail's stuck. It's a comfy day shirt. Oh, yes, it did. It's just a comfy day kind of shirt, and I've been just soap caddying away. So just kind of taking it easy. Yesterday was a little stressful. Like I said, we had snow yesterday. I looked like it filmed all the way through. It shows, but when I went to actually go to the live, it says it's not available. So I don't know quite what happened. But anyway, there was snow on the ground. It has since melted. But Josh had his procedure yesterday. He has quite a few stitches where the thing is, and they were able to successfully remove it. He's sore, all the stuff, right? But he did well. So, you know, it was a little stressful the other day, but we went through. He went through it. He's healing. So,
itchy.
Yeah, he was able to have a shower today. But he did well, and they were able to remove it. It was pretty big size, so he's got a line like right here, literally, on his chest, because that's where they had to do it. I'm gonna go ahead. Usually we do the third and fourth, or the second and fourth Wednesday or fourth weeks of the month to give away the memberships. I'm gonna go ahead and do it tonight just to make sure that we don't lose them with everything that's going on in my life in the next month from now. It's gonna be a little bit busy. So I'm gonna give away the memberships while we're kind of waiting for everybody to come on in. I do have that lace thing. I just wasn't up to doing it tonight, but we will try to do it tomorrow or Friday, one of the two. I'm still in trying to get these done and sealed. I've got 2 blankets that have got to get all the ends tied in, which is my least favorite thing to do in crochet. And I have all the towel. My hair needs the Flowbee. I've been saying that, I just haven't had time. I have the the towel caddy things that have got to get done and worked on. So I'm trying to get all those little projects done over the next couple of days so I can move on to some other things that need to get happening for our event coming up in next month. So let me see who's gonna get them. I'm gonna make sure we don't lose out on them every month. So who's gonna get the memberships? Blessing Through Connection, Oleo, Chef Zeev, Vima, and Quilting the County Lori, which I think is, I think I knew who that is. But anyway, welcome on in. Welcome to the membership. Remember, our memberships are only, they're 99 cents for thank you. Thank you very much. And then we have the other membership that is $2.99, and that means you get any of the videos early before anybody else does. So let me get up to here. Okay. So I have just a thing, because I just want everybody to say, when we do our Soap Caddies, first thing is, you see, I've had to kind of create a new system because I need to know when I've put the glue on to the Soap Caddies so that it gives it a full 24 hours to really solidify and make sure that the glue is solidified and set, because that way we don't have to worry about. Nice, right? Oh boy. Any of the glue, that's just me. Any of the glue, I'm gonna have to turn this over because now it's all wet. I don't want the soap caddies so dry to get wet and then pack them. We'll just turn this over. And the reason I'm doing this, putting this down, is because if there was any kind of stuff on the tablecloth, I want to make sure just everything's clean. So anyway, hi Nancy. This is the way we've done our soap caddies. Or I haven't really done it this way, but I've had to start because I've been doing so many of them lately and getting them ready that I need to know when I finish these before I can wash these. We wash all of our soap caddies before we pack them. They're washed and ready to go so that everything they're ready for you to use right away. So I put the soap caddies in, and it says they were finished at 1 a.m. on 3/18. So I take the last soap caddy that I made, I look at the time, and then I can wash it tomorrow after 10 a.m., which gives it a little longer than 24 hours to make sure that the glue that I use, which is the B7000, is really cured onto there so that the ends don't come out. So, hi Sandy. So this is one thing I've had to start doing, because otherwise I have other ones that I did tonight. So if I just kind of start putting them all together, I'm going to run into the problem that I'm going to go, okay, these were finished last night at 1 a.m. or this morning at 1 a.m. And then I'll be putting other ones that'll probably be done at 1 a.m. on 3/19. And then if I start putting them all together, I'm not going to know when I can wash them. So, and that won't keep me going forward in the process that, all right. That's fine, Sandy. Until, you know, I can know. So then that way, if my mom's throwing in wash or something, we wash them in fragrance-free soap. We use all fragrance clean, so they're fragrance-free soap. Of course, we don't smoke here, so it's not a smoke house. It does have mocha, but I try very hard that once they're washed, they're really not, you know, doing anything that could cause any of that. But anyway, we don't have a cat. We're all allergic to cats. So anyway, so that's that. Once they're done, then I know when they're washed. And then once they're washed, as you can see, they're hung. Josh got me these. They're hung on these little things, right? And put on this rack that my mom has had for years that she got on QVC. These aren't quite dry yet. They have to dry a little bit longer. So again, like this is the glue that's there. It's there on the back, but it's soft all the way around. And that'll just, after a while, it'll flex a little bit more. But just make sure that this is not going to go anywhere. But it's so soft everywhere on this, on the outside is soft. So these are hung, my hands are clean. These are hung like this, and they're hung on here to dry until they're fully dry. I don't ever pack them into this until they're wet, or until they're fully dry. And then I took the ones I had hanging here and I put them in a bag until I could get to them to start packing them. So if you all haven't realized, I've been busy. I've been busy. So let's count, right? I'll bring you down so you can see a little bit better. Okay, how many soap caddies I have done. And like I said, I've got one lady in Georgia that I'm giving 10 to try. I've got a local person in the area that is getting some. Of course, these are doing for our special event coming up, so I've done about 60 of these. So those are going for our little special event happening. So if you have a graduation, a baby shower, wedding, bridal shower, any birthday party, gender reveal, these things are great. Contact us because we do have special pricing for that. But I really need to get these packed because now I don't really know how many I have, and I'm separating these because these are the event ones over here, and these are the ones that are going to be packed. And then we have a store in our local area that's going to take some. So I have to be able to, now that I have a substantial amount, and I've decided, you know, my routine used to be I got up and I don't need blankets in the works right now. They're all pretty much done. I'm going to get up and just do 2 of these a day because I want to have enough in my stockpile so that I don't have to be just focusing on soap caddies. So I need to be able to pack these so that I know exactly what colors I have for right now, which ones I'm going to send to Georgia, which ones I'm going to give to the Minute Market people, the Beyond Measure Market, which ones I'm going to give to the gentleman in our local area. And so forth. There's one other one now I've forgotten. Yeah, those are 3. And then I've got several in our area that I want to go and take them to and see if they'll put in their area. So I have to lay out the colors so I know what I have, and I need to go buy more yarn. I know I had cotton yarn somewhere. I only use Hobby Lobby cotton yarn. It is the softest I have found to do these. But it's the softest one I've done or found. So then I'll use this bag I'll put new on there so I know that I can put new ones in. So anyway, these are for the event. And so what I've been doing is I've been making like a soap caddy and then finishing it, which is making sure that I put in this string, make sure that the ends are all tied in and everything. And then I did like 65 of these color ones for the event. And I did not seal them. So they're in a bin. So I've just been going, okay, finish this one and finish another one of these. So this girl's been busy and I still have probably about 30 of these to finish. So I'm trying to kind of work through them, and I have towel caddies to finish up. So this is what we have so far. You can see. These are the colors I have. You can see the colors on the side. Plus the ones I did today. I did ones, of course, I had the colors to do it for the colors of the American flag, which are red, white, and blue. So we changed how we packed these recently to make them more shelf stable. I do have a hole punch, but it's over there, so I'll hole punch them later, but that's okay. I'd like to get to the point where we actually have a little bit more of a professional look for these, and I need to do a new soap caddy video. What I've done so people can see, I've done these kind of tent cards. Oh, I forgot something else, so I'm gonna have to get up and get it. The instructions here on how to use it. Here's an older video that I have that people can look how to use the soap caddies, how to wash them, the instructions, they're handmade and so forth. I'd love to be able to have this down the road look even more professional than what it already looks like, but it's a step up from what we're doing. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna have to go over there because I forgot something, but that's okay. We get these from Amazon. These are for the towel caddies because they need to be bigger. And then these are for the soap caddies. And these are just 5x7 envelopes that have the little seal thing on the top. So I'm going to first do this and then I'll get up and get the rest of it, because then, and I just tie them, and I put them, putting in front. We used to fill them with pieces of paper and stuff, but when we were realizing that we were most likely going to go into a store, we needed to make them so that they were able to hang on a peg and look a little bit more presentable than the way that we were packing them. So I had to get creative, and I think I did. So I like the way they turned out. So, and these don't last forever, but these make a really great gift, guys. You know, they're $5 a piece. If you're doing something for a party or something like that, we do special pricing. Like the lady that I'm gonna be sending to in Georgia, if she likes them and wants some more, we'll work out a special pricing. But they really are nice. They make great gifts and favors and so forth. And I have a lady in our church that has one, and she used it for a couple of years, and then she said, I need a new one. She said, but I won't live without my soap caddy. And I had an extra set of something, and I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. And I actually sent 2 soap caddies because it was just as complimentary, just to say thank you. And the lady responded to me, she goes, oh, I love them. And she goes, I'm actually disabled. And she said, I love soap, but I've not been able to use it because I struggle. Hi, Mickey's, welcome on in. I wondered what was happening. I love it. I love it. So she goes, that was so nice of you to send that. And she said, I absolutely love it. And I said, well, you never know anybody that needs them. So we love, and the lady in our church is like, everybody should have one, because she goes, she had surgery and she wasn't able to use one of her arms. And so she said these were a lifesaver because she was able to have the soap caddy and be able to not have it in a position of, you know, she couldn't use the other arm, so she was kind of stuck. So we try to make sure that they're washed with, like I said, fragrance-free soap, and that they're clean and ready to go, like you see the ones hanging behind me. And they're fully dry, and that way when you get them or your person gets them that you're giving as a gift, they are clean, they are, you know, been washed, and they are ready to go. So anyway, I hope down the road to get this even better than what I have, but for right now I thought it was pretty good. It's done on my home printer, so, but I thought I have to sit here and go through these because I don't know what I have, because I've just been doing them. So I know at least for what the problem is I need to know what colors I need to have ready to go so that I can, you know, if I need to do certain ones, you know, if I need to do certain ones, then the colors I need to work on next, instead of just randomly picking a color, which is fine if I'm just doing it to build the stock on them. Now I will say they're not all exactly even. Sometimes the yarn, depending, sometimes my stitch, like, and I've never quite understood it, but for instance, like this one here, they're the same rows, I swear. You see, it's just a little bit bigger than this one, but not by much. And it's the same exact rows, I think. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's the same amount of rows. It's just, maybe I was in a tighter stitch or something, but sometimes they're a little bigger, but they're this, you know, it's like this one's just slightly bigger. Sometimes it's just, it's the way that they were. It's not much, but so, I think sometimes it's just the illusion. Hi, Jamaica. Welcome on in. Hi, Penelope. Put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. I think sometimes it's the illusion of the colors too as well. I can say this about these soap caddies. Let's see if I can find them. Okay. For instance, the yarn, again, we use Hobby Lobby yarn. So you can see like the striped yarn. I can do like 4 or 5 of these and they will look different. Do I have another one of these? Yes, I do. This is the same yarn, okay? On the top, not on the bottom, on the top. You see the same yarn? 2 very different soap caddies. They look different. So if you ever order a bottom and you say, okay, and I do something and I choose a color, I can tell you that they're going to look different. Here's a perfect example too. This looks a little different. Not by much, but just a little bit. I'm trying to pull out, oh, like this. No, that wasn't the same yarn, excuse me. These were all the same yarn. They turned out differently, okay? These ones that are kind of like this spotty yarn, that's like a speckled yarn, that doesn't, like these I'm doing for an event we're coming up for. These do not look terribly different. They look about the same. So the spotty yarns don't do that as much as, they're all print yarns, cotton yarns, but they just, I don't think I have another one like that. They just look different no matter what I do. That's different. I'm trying to see if I can, nope, that was a different yarn. This is a perfect example. These are almost dry. Never mind. Doesn't want to come out. Turn the rack around. Okay. These are the same yarn on the top, not the bottom. Same yarn on the top. They do not want to come off this rack, guys. I just wanted to show everybody what I'm talking about. And I have other speckled yarn and it does exactly the same thing. I don't think it's in there. Come on. Okay, these were the same yarn. Hashtag blessed. Same yarn on the top. 2 very different designs. So if you ever order like the bottom, we tell you, we'll talk to you, we'll get you the bottom that you like, but the top is our discretion. But like if somebody ordered these 2 with this, and I chose this yarn, they would look very different. Same yarn, but the striped patterns just tend to, they're different. No matter how much I try. The speckled prints they'll look about the same. I don't think I have, so I just wanted to show that. Here. Can't be washed yet. Like this is another one. You see the speckled? If I did another one exactly like that, it would look about the same. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. These, again, same yarn on the top. 2 very different. So the striper patterns tend to have that. But put hashtag blessed in the chat. So I've noticed that the speckles tops, but the stripe ones tend to be a little more colorful for sure. So, and sometimes I'll use like this one. I use the same color tire as I did the bottom yarn. But I had, I had this left over this white left over, because you get to a point where you have just a little bit of yarn and I don't want to throw it out. I don't want to be wasteful. So I'll keep them in a bin, in a, you know, a baggie. And I thought this really looked cute with the white, so I'll pull the white. So you don't always get the same color tire as the bottom. If I have it and I think it looks good, I will use up the yarn I can't use for the bottom Soap Caddy. And we can make them solid. If you were doing a gender reveal and you wanted to be really, really cute, to put them in like, you know, a bag and have them in a pink or a blue. You could do something like this for the blue. And this would be really colorful for like a girl or what have you. And then you could do, or all pink if you wanted that, or all blue, and then have everybody pull it out and reveal the gender reveal. It'd be a really cute idea. We're done with those. Time to open a new pack. So, but I gotta figure out what colors I have. The problem is that I don't know what colors I have anymore. But I have to get up in a minute and go get the glue because I just use a little bit of tape. So, all right, guys, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I gotta get the glue. Put hashtag blessed in the chat. Or the tape, not the glue. I'm coming back. Thought about this before I went live, and I forgot all about it. Got my hole punch while I was up. It's a comfy day, guys. It's had to be a comfy day. I'm hurting. I use this tape. This tape is from Dollar Tree. It is double-sided tape. Works great. I like it for a lot of projects. And I just have it on hand all the time. So what we do is we take these, take the little sticky things off that tend to stick to everything that you don't want them to stick to. Okay? And we put them down. Then we take some double-sided tape. And this is just to kind of line them up. Yeah. I just have to see what colors I have. And then I've got to start. Because right now I'm just grabbing colors and going, okay, I'll do this color. Well, this one looks good. But I need to buy more cotton yarn. But not right now. I thought I had more cotton yarn around. I can't find it if I did.
Bless you!
God bless you. I'm sure that hurt his stitches too. Okay, so then I take these little, almost like tent cards, fold them in half, put them down, and then these go in here like this. And like I said, the other way we did it, we just threw them in here with a card, and I knew that if we were going to put them into like stores, we needed to do a little bit better job, and so I researched it to find out what would be the best way. And I did get a stapler. I will put the stapler in the description below. I got it off of Amazon, but it's a stapler from this workspace. I will. I didn't really have much choice in the color. They had purple. I would have picked purple. You all know that. But I did a lot of research, and I found out that tape would not really keep them, you know, it would fall apart after a while. And I could have done that. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can without peeling it up. I didn't do that. I gotta fix it because it's just, it got way too, and that'll be fine. I'm gonna put thing on the bottom. Too far. So we're gonna fix it. And usually when people, they're gonna go in, they're gonna take it off, so I'm not really worried. And I just got cardstock locally from the, from Sam's Club, very reasonable. Yeah, I use staples. I just use the tape because it helps me to get it centered as I'm trying to get everything done. It just helps me kind of center it, and then I use staples. Okay, that's better. So now you've got this. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, now I know on here, no, it's on this side. I know where to put it on this side, and I know where to stick it on this side. And I do take, and then of course we have our hole punch, and I put that in the middle, so there's a place for the hole punch. I do take a little bit of clear tape. That's not supposed to stick to anything else, but it does. And I do put it on the back of the staples just to make sure. The stapler I got is supposed to be for, supposed to lay flat. And for the most part, it does. I mean, the staples really do lay flat, but they still kind of grab a little bit, so I didn't want anybody to have any issues. So I do take a little bit of clear tape and just put it on the back of the staple just to kind of give it. So then that's our new packaging for our soap caddies. We used to just take these bags, put a card on the front, put a card on the back, but we knew if we were going to put them into stores, we were going to need to do something that elevated these tremendously. And I think they do. They look so much better. And I think that if you're going into a store, you're going to be kind of going, oh, what's that? So, I mean, eventually I'd like to have this, you know, done through a print shop and so forth to have it even look even more. But I think that this was pretty good for just something that I came up with. I need to do a better video. That's the video we have now, and I'll put it in. I made it a while back ago, but I need to do a more updated video, about a 3-minute video or less, just to be able to have people understand how they use them. But I just think they look so much better. If you do ever order these, you put your soap inside. Again, 100% cotton yarn. I make sure everything is all knitting up. They're soft. We love our Amish farm soap, really. There is glue just to make sure that things don't come out. And I can tell you, we wash them and wash them and wash them. Doesn't move. But on the outside is soft. You don't feel that at all. And I only use a little bit just to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And you can use a command hook in the shower. These little extra little just decorative things serve a purpose because you can hang it on a command hook. If you have a hook in your shower, you can do it. If you have a suction cup, you can do it. You can also tie these and hang them from here or from this. One thing that I would say is if you're not going to do a shower, if you're going to put like a facial, if you're going to put your facial soap into it to be able to wash your face, and you can use this on your body. It's great for kids too because they can have the soap in there. They can wash up their body and feel like they're, you know, independent as well. But if you're going to be using them for your face, and you're going to be putting a soap bar in there, do not just put it down on one of those soap soap trays, you know, that have no air, put it on the one that has the little nubbies or the little bars across. Anything to make sure that as it's drying out, the air is circulating through. We have never had an issue, nor have I had anybody say that it's molded on them or anything. As long as it's hung dry, after you get done using them, you know, bathing with them in the shower, you hang it dry. The soap just naturally dries with the soap caddy, and then you just re-moisten it again. Excuse me. Tired today, guys. You re-moisten it again, and you just keep doing that. And I'm going to answer your question. Great question. Great question. When your soap is done, you just take this. I have a little tiny laundry bag, and I put mine in there. And when the soap is done, throw them in the wash, and then just hang them up to dry. Just fill another bar of soap and hang them to dry. So I only wash them when the soap is finished, and then I wash them that way. Otherwise, they're being washed. They're not going to last forever. Like the lady that at our church, she's had her for about 2 years, and she goes, it's time for a new one. But they work great. And if you're using it for your face and you have it on your countertop, just make sure that you have a soap container that has little nubbies on it, so it's raised up a little bit, just to make sure that the airflow is going around. If you have it in the shower, don't just put it on a shelf and then this under part has no air. Make sure, again, you get one of those little trays with the little nubbies on it, or the little bars across, just so that the air is circulating. Again, suction cups, if you've got one of those shower things that hang on a shower, on the back of your shower holding your soap, sometimes they'll have hooks. My husband and I have used command hooks. They have held well. And you just put your soap in, cinch it up, and just use it till it's done. Throw it in the wash and start all over again. And hang them to dry. I wouldn't put them very much in the dryer. I do put them in the dryer for maybe about 5 minutes, just to soften them up and just kind of have them in the dryer for a few minutes, but I wouldn't recommend doing that very often. You really don't need to do that very often, but it's just a step we do. But again, they're put in here, they're clean, they're made sure that they're washed, guys, for you prior to shipping. But we do them for parties, we do them for gifts. They make great gifts. You know, I've talked about, sorry, I've been up making soap caddies. I've talked about the fact that you should have a little soap caddy, or not soap caddy, a little gift shelf in your house. And I learned that as I was a jewelry lady back in the day. I was an independent contractor for Premier Jewelry, which is no longer around. And anyway, I learned that, you know, they said you should have a gift shelf. These would be great for that. Go to Dollar Tree, get a bar of soap, or like we love the Amish farm soap. I will put their link in the description below. You can get 5 bars of soap for $12, and they have great products. We love their soap. And so, you know, again, get a bar of soap and have this as a gift. And then if somebody comes to your house and they bring a meal or they bring a little gift, you can go into your gift shelf and pull something out. The lady that I'm going to be sending to these in Georgia, she is somebody that does really cool, and I guess it's something that's around and I didn't realize it. It's called the Scoop Things, but I really like the way she does hers. And so I reached out to her, and she wants to take some because she'd like to add them to her mystery bags, or mystery boxes. So I'm excited about that one. I have to pay attention to where I'm doing this one. I like these better than the ones I had before, but using up what I have. So, but I had thought I wanted to come on, see how everybody was doing when I realized that I guess on our way to the doctor's, it didn't work. Because when I went and looked at the lie, it wasn't there. But I thought, well, I've got to be able to see which ones I have, because I don't know which ones I have. I like these ones that I got better than the ones I had, but we're going to use up what we have first. They're a little bit more thick than the newer ones I got. So, but these take me about 25 minutes to do, which I'm thankful they don't take forever to do. And one thing I do like about these is I tend to do a lot of blankets. And so thankful, I tend to do a lot of blankets, and so those are sometimes really hard to take to doctor's appointments or something like that. So I'm able to kind of take some cotton yarn with me, take these with me, and be able to sit in the doctor's office and be able to work, be able to make up a soap caddy. And sometimes, depending on how long the doctor's office visit is for Josh or something like that, or if we're going down to see Christina, I can take these with me, or if we're going on a trip or something like that, I can sit and make these without having to take a big project with me. And I do like that. It's the one thing that I can kind of take with me. Make. But I have to pay attention to where I'm doing this one. Sorry. I am sleepy. I didn't get that in the greatest place, but it'll have to do. I guess I can take it out. No, I will push this up a little bit. There we go. We'll make it work, guys. I'll put the tape on it. It will be just fine and dandy. So how is everybody doing now that I've gone on about Soap Caddies? Hopefully everybody is doing well. But I'm trying to get this done because I've got other things I have to get done. But I thought, I don't know what I have. That's the problem. I was starting to run into. I'm like, Mary, you got to sit and do these. It's fun to just sit there and design them and do the colors, but these things doesn't want to get off my fingers. So it's great, but I got to be able to. So I've got to know which ones I've got to give. I've got to sit down after we're done. This is going here. This is going here. This, I know which these ones are going to, but. And something to think about, well, for me anyway, is the event that we're doing. I had to think about how I was gonna, because I can, if you're doing a baby shower or bridal shower, we could put in like a little card or a little message to your people. We could actually, if we wanted to, design something, a card for you, if you wanted to put the day or something, and put our information on the back, or figure out a way to do that, so that yours was on the front if you were doing this for a wedding or gender reveal or something like that. But you can also put a little card in there, just a message to your guest at your event or your wedding or what have you. But we can, I would work individually with people as what they would like to have. But, like the one I'm doing, we could do that. But, if you get married and you wanted a picture of your, like an engagement picture on it, and a cute little saying or something, we could work on it so that we could customize it. So if you were doing this for a wedding, you would have them done and packaged and ready to go as favors, which would be really nice. I'm telling you, when my daughter got married, I really wish if I had known about these at the time, if I did something else, I really wish that I had done, I really wish I had done the Soap Caddies for her. I really wish I had done them. But if I had known then, I would have done them. I think they're an adorable idea. And here's another thing too. If you're a company, I keep getting over that word. If you're a company and you want to do it and you have a brand color, another thing to just think of, because it's something that, you know, you could reach out to us and say, this is my brand color, and we'll work with you to get it done. But then you could have, you know, your company information on it, hand it to them. What happens then? Every time they use this in the shower or the bath or on their face, they're going to say, oh, that's from so-and-so. You know, they're going to remember that that came from whatever company gave it to them. So it would be a great promotional gift too. If you are going to order them for a special event, don't come to me a week before and say, I need like 60 of them, and I'm going to tell you, no, they're not happening 60 of them at a time. You have to come to us with some kind of, you know, some kind of leeway of time. And I will always, I will do the best I can, honor everybody. But again, if I've got other projects and I feel like I can't get it done in time, I'll tell you. But, you know, if you've got a wedding and you want them, come to us. We'll talk pricing. Come to it before you think you're going to need it, because, but these would make great little favors for that. But I've got to be able to, I have to be able to know what colors I still need to work with. So we are going to do the project. I just wasn't up to it, probably on Friday. And again, I'm really working on Soap Caddies. I want to get the ones in the Beyond Measure Market in there very soon, that we went and met Eli in. And I want to get to the lady in Georgia to get it to her. And I've got to get these done and ready to go. And then I've got other stuff that's just got to get done upcoming that is going to take my attention. And I don't want to be rushed at the very end. So I'm kind of trying to pay attention to where this is going. So it's not going in. I really have to pay, I really have to make sure I'm not overwhelming myself and I'm not getting behind, because it's just, it's, I don't want to do that. So, oops, I did it to the wrong side. Oh no. I'll pay attention to that next time. Can't do it that way. I have to flip it the other way. Oops, I didn't do the hole for the, you don't need these for all of them, but I just don't know which ones are going where yet. So I'm trying to get this done. I've got 2 blankets I got to tie in the ends for that I've got to get done this weekend. I've got to sew buttons on. I could probably give that project to Mom. Certain way I do it though. So I've got to sit and do those so that those can go in the Minute Market. And then if you do order, I want to get some of them put on the internet. We use any kind of on our fourth wall store. These things, everything. They want to connect to everything, but where I want them to connect with. But I want to get them done because 2 of them are going into the Minute Marketplace. So when I go down there to take those, I'm going to take 2 of those. So, oh, I could use a massage. So this is the way we depack our Soap Caddies. And I'm hoping to get enough where I'm kind of ahead of the game, because I really don't like, I want to have enough where if somebody says I want a blue soap caddy, I can just, you know, say, okay, well, I've got ones, you know, I've got ones and I can just pull them out and give them. Or if the Minute Marketplace calls and things are going really well with them, then I can just take some more down. So, hoping that's better. I just have to adjust that little part. But anyway, I got tape. I don't need tape for the next 2 times. I know I probably don't have to do this step for that, but I just feel it's nice, because there's sometimes I felt the little staples and it's kind of like they're a little, even though they say they're totally flat, they don't lay totally flat. And all the cotton yarn has gotten up my nose. Get off me. Doesn't want to get off me. And the problem is I didn't also want to, you know, I wanted to lay these down and have them packaged so that once they're washed, once we take them off there, they're put in a Ziploc bag. And then when I'm ready to sit down and do them. This way they stay clean and in good condition and nice for everybody. So, you know, because I want them that way after they're washed. So, you know, I didn't want to try to organize the color without these kind of being in their package, sealed up and protected from getting any, you know, dirt or anything like that. Because, I mean, everything that I crochet is washed before anybody gets it. I just feel like I've had my hands on it, everybody, you know, and it's just nice to have them washed. So everything that I crochet is always washed prior to anybody getting it. To pay attention to where I do this. I'm learning as I'm doing this. But, oh, that was perfect. But the tape just kind of helps me get it to stick. And then I think that adding the little clear tape on there just makes sure that the staplers are not going to come out. But I just think the clear tape just, it puts it down just a little bit more. And you wouldn't believe when I went to Walmart, right? And I was looking for, that one came off pretty easily. I was looking for a hole punch. I was sitting there going, can't be that difficult. Walmart's a big store. They got to have a hole punch, right? I'm looking, and of course I was having a real bad pain day. So I'm in a scooter. I'm going back and forth looking in the office aisle for a hole punch. Like, this is ridiculous. They don't have a hole punch. And there was 2 girls down the aisle. And I just happened to say, you all don't see a hole punch, do you? And I'm so glad I said it to them. And they looked around, they goes, yeah, it's right here. It was on a shelf, and I'm looking for the hole punch to be like this. The hole punch was like this. No wonder I didn't notice it. I said to the 2 girls, see what happens when you get older? You need the younger eyes to show you the way. They couldn't have been nicer. They were nice girls. I said, thank you. I said, I never would have found it. It was like $2. But I'm like, I needed the hole punch, and I couldn't find it. So, I don't really need the tape, but the tape does kind of help to hold it while I'm trying to get the staples to hold. so I can get it kind of even. And they're not perfect. They are made by hand. But these are, I think they're the same staples. The staples are the same. They're normal staples. Let me try to see. They're normal staples, but the stapler is a flat head staple, if I can remember how it was done. I'm going to put just a little bit of tape to kind of get it a little bit more. So it's a different kind of staple. It's a flat head. It's Work Pro, but it's instead of a normal stapler, it's supposed to leave things flat, but it doesn't always do it. But it still works nice. I just take the extra time of putting tape over it because I don't want anybody to get, not that I think they would, I just mine. When I was a kid, probably about, probably 3 or 4, something like that, and we had a place, it was a shop that resold clothes, kind of similar to Once Upon a Child. And I was looking around. Well, the lady that had the store, she used pins to put the pricing, this was, I guess, in the older days, the pricing on the clothing. And they were the little, this little pin things. And I was looking around with my mom was there, and I started screaming my head off. My mother didn't know what was going on. She couldn't figure out what was going on. I am just screaming. And they finally figured out what was going on, and they took me to the doctor. My mother was shaking. She had to have a neighbor of ours come. I think there was I don't know if there was somebody with us, or she had to call a friend to take me to the doctor because she was absolutely just shaking. And I actually scratched my cornea, and I didn't want to wear the patch, didn't like the patch, fought the patch, and I ended up having the lady, I had to be in a dark house. They had to close all the windows. I couldn't go outside unless I wore my patch, and I didn't want to wear my patch for some reason until it healed. I had to wait a couple weeks for it to heal properly. So, not that I think the staples will do that, but we're just going to let it and make sure that they're stuck down. This is my favorite one. I love the purple. They have 2 different kind of purples at Hobby Lobby. They have this color, and then they have a darker purple. They're very pretty. More yarn. I gotta go get more yarn, but I don't have it right now. Hopefully, as these go in the stores and that other lady that is looking to get them, I'm going to be able to figure out. I'm gonna do it again. I thought I had it nailed. I just have to kind of, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna start having to take like $10 out of, a little bit of money and go get more yarn. I did an experiment because I knew exactly how many I was going to need for the event coming up that I was doing them for. And so I did an experiment recently, and I figured out, okay, this is what my cost is, because I've never really been able to do that. And I was like, okay, that's what I figured it would cost that it was. But we're getting there, guys. Some of this yarn I've had for a little bit. And when Hobby Lobby was getting rid of some yarn, they were getting rid of, I forgot what the brand was now. It was Yarn Bee, I think it was, or something. I can't remember. And they were getting rid of a bunch of cotton yarn. This was one of the colors. I think I have it. This was one of the colors. This like mauve color right here. There was a green and then the blue. And I got the yarn for really inexpensive. But I'm almost at the end of that, but I've gone back since and gotten more colors. I eventually want to have all the colors. But if you're looking for cotton yarn, get it from Hobby Lobby because it's really good. I think they've got the softest yarn. And, you know, I figure out there's people that they may be giving these to their children, or they're going to be using it on their face or their body. And especially if you're a fibromyalgia patient, you don't want something harsh. You want something soft. Everybody, this lady that I sent it to just as a thank you, I sold something on Marketplace and she bought it. She had it shipped to her. Let's see if this is two. And she's disabled and she was thrilled. She said, oh, these are going to be so helpful for me. She said, you know, it's like soap on the rope, but better. She said, because I'm disabled, so I can't have anything that's going to fall or I can't pick it up, just like me. That's kind of why I did it, because I can't, you know, if the soap falls and I've got to bend down and pick it up, and depending on my pain level that day or my back, I can't always do that. Josh can't always do that, so it's really handy. Handy, handy, handy. I feel like I've been in soap. I'm liking these other bags. These bags are the other ones are a little bit more sturdy than these ones I had, so I'm gonna have to remember those. I will put them in the thing. I thought they were gonna be a little too. They seem a little bit more, just a little thicker and a little stiffer. So I'm gonna like these better than these, but I had them left over. And we don't waste anything. So we're gonna use them on up. I'm probably gonna come out with I did come out with a video about Soap Caddy, or not video, I did come up with a song with Soap Caddies. But the problem is with me, and I don't know if it's with anybody else, but with me, right? If I have something like this, I better have my nose out of my phone. Because what happens is that I go on my phone and then I realize, wait a minute, an hour's gone by and I've spent all this time scrolling and, let me do it that way. And I haven't gotten, we went over that. I'll have to figure out exactly where. You know, I keep, the problem is that for me, I keep scrolling and then I'm like, wait a minute, X amount's gone by and I haven't gotten anything done. So I have to really, when I'm like focused on getting stuff done like this, phone's got to be put down, TV's got to be on, music's got to be on, and I just can't be in chats and stuff and listening to YouTube lives. I love that, but I can't because then I'm not focusing where I need to focus, which is, Mary, you got a project to do. So that's why if I've been MIA, there's a really good reason why, because I get distracted very easily. And I'm trying to get ahead of the curve here, because I was telling the friend that bought another one, I was telling her the things that were happening with them, and she said, you're going to get very busy with them. She said, I love mine. She said, as far as I'm concerned, everybody should have one. So she said, you're going to get very busy. So, and if somebody called and said, I want a brown one or a tan one or a green one, you know, you guys get to choose. When you guys are ordering these on the merch store, I'll put that in the chat. When you guys are doing them in the merch store, I think I have Soap Caddy, but I can't remember what the, okay. You get to choose, you want green, okay? You can tell me, I want a light green, dark green. You guys can, tell if, and I'm gonna do really kind of whatever I have as far as green. So you guys get to choose, or I want blue. I want a light blue, a dark blue, light green, dark green, bright green, you know what I mean? If I start putting up all the colors, forget it. Eventually, purple, eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to possibly have like a list somewhere. I don't know where I would have it. I don't know where I would have it. I'd have to figure that one out. But, if I was able to have like a thing where you were able to choose that color, but then the top part is on our discretion, because I can't start that. That I can't start. I'd love to be able to do that. I can't start that. Right now, it's just tell us what color, teal, and we'll pick the top part. And we'll make it complimentary, but if you want to say it's for a girl or a boy, the people that are doing them for custom orders, they have much more of a, we'll discuss it a little further. For instance, if somebody wrote out to me and said, I'm going to have a wedding. For instance, my daughter's wedding was teal, turquoise, and orange, and copper, ivory, and silver. Okay? I would be working with them to make sure they got it however they wanted it, as far as that. They would have to understand that if they did, hi Joy, if they did something like this with the spotted yarn that they chose, right? They would get to choose the bottom and the top. If they did a spotted yarn like this, they're pretty much, as you can see, to the regular, they're gonna look about the same, right? If they're doing, if I can find one, if they're doing ones like, it's not really a, hold on a second, I'll find it, hold on a minute. That doesn't give me, I'll figure it out, guys, give me a second. Okay, here's one. If they're doing ones like this, okay? Well, then you don't have to be here. Give you another chance. We're gonna be nice here. Anyway, and I am going to be a grandmother. So, and I'm proud of it. But anyway, you can see this, right? You can see that if they chose, if they were doing, like if somebody reached out for a wedding event, a baby shower, bridal shower, whatever, and they chose these are all considered print yarns on the top from Hobby Lobby. But if they chose this specific one, right? If they chose this one, this specific printed yarn, you can tell there's this, it's the same skein of yarn. They're just never going to be the same. So the tops, no matter how much I try, they're going to be different. So they would have to understand that, just so that you all understand. If they were doing it, they'd have to understand this looks the same as that, right? So it would have to, they'd have to understand, I could do them, but the tops are going to look different, and no one is pretty much going to be the same. These are pretty much going to look the same with the speckled kind of yarn. And even it's so-called print, and they have several colors that are speckled. That's fine, you can be here as long as you're gonna be nice. Because that's what we do here is Blessed Crochets. We be nice. You can hit hashtag blessed for people to connect with your channel. That's what we do. We want to be respectful to everybody. So, but if you ordered these off our Fourth Wall store, it'd be pretty much, you choose the bottoms and the tops pretty much get chosen. But I think they're adorable. This is a new color that I've started working with, the blue. I got that recently. I want to go get all the colors that Hobby Lobby has for them, actually. And the yarn's 30% off. You know how hard that is? Yeah. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, we're gonna be nice. I don't pay much attention. So. These bags are what I'll have to remember. I will put them in the description below, but they're a little bit more sturdy than the other ones, but I was gonna use up what I had. This was another color that they had. I'm not a yellow person, but I think I got them for like, it was like $1. I wish they'd have it again. They're doing their clearance. I tell you, if I did, I'd be running. Go get as much cotton yarn as I can. But I need to go get some more. Like, I can do this color with this color. This one can be used with this color. You can see brown and orange. I can also do blue with it, and they have an orange. They have an orange. I like this one. I also did a red, white, and blue one today. Yes. I have red, white, and blue for Christmas. We've made these to look like Grinch. We use this color on the bottom. And then we use the red, white, or the red and the bright red and the white, make Grinch style ones. Well, I have these are going to be a favor for an upcoming event. So I've made about 60 of these. And there is a lady in Georgia that does something. Hopefully I can work with her. I guess it's something I've never heard. I guess it's something on TikTok. It's called Scoops. And I found her just because I like going through, you know, Facebook. And she scoops out these beads. And then the beads coordinate. I guess it's something, scoop things. I guess it's something mystery box or whatever. And she fills a whole box full of whatever scoop. I want to do one for Christina. I want to do a mama basket for her for Mother's Day, but I have to save up for that. But anyway, so she has mama, teacher, nurses, and so whatever the scoop is what coordinates with what the person's going to get. And I've looked at a couple people. They're all good. They have their own way of doing it, but I really like the way this specific lady does it. There's just something about her that I really connected with. And so I told her I'd send her 10 complimentaries to try in her baskets. I'm going to suggest too that she does a grandma basket, a grandma mystery box. I think that'd be great. But she'll put, hats, mouse pads, different kind of stuff. I got these cute little ducky beads to put in when I send her so she can add that to her thing. The ducks are adorable. that's one place that's going to take 10. There's a gentleman in our local area that I said I'd give 10 to because he does giveaways, and I was just trying to help our local community. And he actually wants to do a piece on us and an interview, and he said I can use the interview on our channel. And he said, you know, people are going to support you because, you know, they're local. There's the Minute Mark or the Beyond Measure store that we went to meet Eli again with Christina. And they're going to take some, so I'm going to give them 10 to start out with. There's another store I want to check to see if they'll take some. There's what is it? There's a place near us that I want to see if they'll do it on commission. So, and there's another place too I want to see if they'll do it. So, I won't ever sell the pattern because I really like doing them, and I want to be able to actually sell them. So, I won't ever release the pattern. You want one, you got to get it from us. So I did like 60 of this specific one because, again, it's going for an event. But there's print through cotton that's speckled. If you ordered that as an event color with the bottom, you would pretty much look all the same. But then there's print cotton yarns that I could do, you know, 10 of them, and they'd all look different. The tops of them would. So. And I don't always match the tire with the bottom. I do try, I do, but, you know, usually, sometimes what is it? I can't think what it is now. I have some leftover yarn. You know, if you get that won't make a soap caddy. It won't give me enough for the top, for the bottom or the top. And so I have a bag full of like little leftover scrap pieces that'll make, you know, sometimes it's made like 4 or 5 of the tire things, you know what I mean? And so I won't get rid of them because I don't like to waste stuff. So if it goes well, then I'll use it. Like, this one looked really cute with the white one, so I pulled out a white one because I had that. This looked really cute. I had a little bit of blue left over, so this looked really cute with the darker blue to it. So this one, I used a lighter yellow because I had it. I think there was another one. This one, I chose to use, you know, a different strap, so I do this one. Instead of using this color on the bottom, I use the blue. So it just depends. I'm trying to use up that stash of yarn because I can't use it for soap caddies, but I can use it for little tire things. And then I'm not wasting, which I don't like to do. So we're gonna neck. I have a massage thing that I got off Amazon. I need to have that on me tonight. I need to get that massage the neck. And I purposely got it. I just haven't used it for a little bit. Sometimes if you have your neck down like this, it gets sore after a while. And so I'll sit with it for a few minutes and just let that. The only annoying thing about them is they want to stick to you. And then seal them, then I don't have to deal with these. Little scrap. Oh boy, I will wait till tomorrow to do those because I don't know if they're dry. They've been drying all day, but I usually let them dry overnight. I want them really dry because I don't want them to. They may be dry. I think they are. And then I can feel them. way it'll give me a really good idea. Hey. We'll wait till we're done with this and then we'll get those off. But I've had to start getting like a bag of them because then I don't know when I've dried them, when I've finished them, and then I don't know because I like to give the glue 24 hours to really get stuck on there. So we've had to come up with a system because I've made so many. Normally, I'll make them and then I won't touch them for a couple days and I figure out they're fine. But I had to come up with. Jeez, well, look, that's the only part of it. I had to come up with a little bit of a system so I could know exactly when I finished them last, because otherwise I didn't know. They've been on the thing till they've been drying now for almost, since probably about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we have a den with a fan, so I'll put them in there, let them just dry, percolate. I'll get these done and then take those off because they feel dry in my hands. Okay. Then I'll get off this live shortly and I'll go have a shower and onward and upward. Continue doing them for a little bit. I'll have a better idea of what I need. Because right now I'm kind of like, I don't really know what I need. I know I need 30 for the Minute Market, a gentleman in our local area, the lady in Georgia, and I don't have to worry about these because I know where these are going. So those are just for the event. But I need to know what colors I need to work on. And then from that point I can continue just doing them, because after I kind of decide what colors I'm sending and what colors I still need to do, and what I have in yarn and stock, then I can Hi, Just Too Sweet, welcome on in. Oh, you have your own crochet shop? That's wonderful. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat. You want people to connect with your channel. Yeah, I don't sell a lot of crochet stuff, but we do sell these soap caddies. We do them for events and so forth, and I have several shops in our local area that are going to be taking some of our soap caddies. And a lady I've reached out to online that wants some to try out. We're doing one for an upcoming baby shower, so they've ordered these, and that's what they chose, so we're doing that. So I had to do about 65 of those. So, and this is our labels, but again, if you're doing it for a party, we can work with you on maybe doing a custom little thing, or putting a card inside or what have you. We'll work with you if you're doing custom. But we do sell them on our merch store. It's in our link tree, and they're $5 on the merch store. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I've been doing a lot of soap. I feel like I'm a soap caddy a lot lately. But we wash all our soap caddies. This is the rack I use to hang them on, so they're hung. We use fragrance-free soap, so they're, I know I have issues with any kind of fragrances with soap, so we use fragrance-free soap, and just to make sure that people don't have a problem with soap. But we did package these a little differently in the past, but I had to redo them because We wanted them to be able to go into shops and hang. So this way it gives them hang. Oh, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we hope that, you know, on this channel, we don't do a lot of crochet. We'll do a lot of just letting you guys in. We'll do projects. I really don't teach anybody how to crochet, but I do want people to connect with each other and connect with each other's channels and help each other grow. I deal with fibromyalgia, so some days are easier than others, and I found crochet is a wonderful way to deal with that pain. But, you know, we also sell our handmade towel caddies too. Those are going up. I'll sell the baby booties. I got to put those up on the website, on the Fourth Wall store. But I'll have to check out your channel, make sure I'm connected. And guys, if you're new coming in, make sure you're hitting that button. We all know what that button is. But come back after the live is over and just leave a mark. You know, leave a comment, and that way we can go check out. It's okay if I give my ST shop. You won't be able to put it in if you put the name, but you won't be able to put the link in because you're not a moderator. But if you want to put the name in, and we'll go check it out. And also, when we get off this live, come back and make a comment, and you could put your ST shop in there as far as the name of it. I'd be glad to go check it out for sure. I've thought about putting these two on. I should put these, we have a Blessed to Crochet ST shop. I've just never really done it. But I should look to put these in. I'm sleepy today. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. My husband had a little procedure. He has some stitches. There's quite a few, like right here. He had a little cyst that erupted and finally healed, and then they needed to take it out because it was going to come back again. And so I don't think I slept very well on Monday night because I was kind of nervous about it. They were able to do it in office, and the doctor we had, I'm telling you, I told him the last time we saw him, I said, don't you dare lose. He's got the best bedside manner I've ever seen. You're my life. And I said, don't change your bedside manner because it's amazing. Now, I don't plan on it. I've been this way for many years. I said, don't change it because you're awesome. So he couldn't have been nicer with him, but just, you know, we went in there. Down at my husband's. Well, maybe I don't need to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That way I have it. So I just took a screenshot, and that way I can look at it. So we were in the office, and he goes, well, maybe I don't need to get it done, and so forth. And it's just fine. It looks like it's healing. I said, Josh, we're not leaving here without the thing out of your body. Because the doctor said, yeah, there's a chance it's not going to come back, but there's a chance that it could. And as a diabetic, he was on 2 rounds of antibiotics with this. It got really bad. We don't need it going into his bloodstream. And even the doctor said that the stitches are going to stay on there a little longer than what they normally do, just to make sure that it's healed. He'll have them for 2 weeks, which they wouldn't do for a normal person just because they're diabetic. Just going to have to keep them in longer. So He was in a lot of pain yesterday. He was sore. But he got through it. Let's see if I can get this. Trying the little tire thing got a little. Come on. Come on. Trying to get the little tire down. There we go. A little bit better. My favorite color is the purple one. That's my favorite color. Love the purple. Daughter's turquoise and I love purple. Getting good at being able to determine where these things go. I will put this stapler as my affiliate link because my mom gets all the revenue from this. From the YouTube channel and from anything, but I need the connection. So she is an affiliate with Amazon, so I will put the Amazon link for the stapler and for these bags in the thing. Got a whole pile of them, guys. I'm very stiff in the neck lately. Wonder why. Soap Caddies. I'm looking like this down to get the massager thing out tonight. So. And I have to just sit and decide. I have to clean up all these little pieces of tape and stuff and decide when I get off of here which colors are going where. These colors I know where they're going, but the other colors I gotta determine what I need. So I was just today I was kind of doing them on, I really don't know what I need, and this is really smart. After I get them to where they need to go, then I can not be so picky on colors until somebody orders the colors. Then I can be a little bit thingamabobs. So got new glasses. I think I still need to go back and have them adjusted. They're still not sitting where I need them to sit. But those little things are so, little strip things, oh my goodness. Would you stick to everything? I get the tape from that Dollar Tree. It works great. It's great, double-sided tape. Okay. Go smooth. Once you start moving along. Like any of the Soap Caddy revenue, all goes to Mama. I just do it. I'm happy to do it. I'm like, you buy me the yarn and I get to crochet. Yay! But one of the reasons I came out was I figured my hands needed a break from crocheting for a while. And I used the glue I use to tie in my ends because I just can't seem to, I don't know what it is. I've tried in my life to get the ends to stay in. No matter what I do, they pop on out. I'll put that in the description too. It's also, if you go into our link tree, you'll see it under the shop. Great glue. But, and it holds up through washing because I've washed my Soap Caddy with glue on it. Beautifully. So, but I'm in my bedroom. I'm like, I need to come out here. Glue has a little bit of a smell to it. I need to kind of get away from the smell for a while. I try, especially when I'm working with it, to open, if I'm in my bedroom, open the window and make sure that there's fresh air coming in. Maybe I put the tape on it, but I don't have to keep touching the tape. I don't know if putting the tape on it does anything, but it does help me position it for a minute. So, at least you know when you get your Soap Caddy, if you order one, they're all sealed, all washed. We try to make sure that they go from the washer, they hang on here, and then they go in a bag till I'm ready to sit here and do this. Try to make sure that they're taken care of well. A lot more Soap Caddies done than I realized. No wonder I feel like Soap Caddy. Oh, Soap Caddy among us. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably got to print more of those, which is fine. I've got the paper to do it. I'd love to see these done professionally one day. But you do what you do, and you do what you have, right, at the time. Now, I sat there and I thought, if these really take off, I may have to employ other people to help make them. Oh. But really, they don't take me that long. I just need to get more ahead of the game with them. But again, if you're going to be doing them for a wedding or a baby shower or a bridal shower, don't reach out to us a week before and say, I need 60 of these, let's work for a price. And I'm going to probably figure out something. If somebody calls me like a month before, 2 weeks before, and wants a certain amount, I'm probably going to say to them, okay, well, we're going to charge a rush order. There's going to be a rush order fee. Because it would be literally, I'd be doing nothing else, especially if they ordered 60 of them, but doing those. So, and so if you're wanting them for that, for something, for an event or something, don't wait till the end. Get in touch with us, and so that we can work on them without being rushed. 'Cause I don't want to do that. Because each one of these take us about a half an hour to do. Mom does not crochet. She knits. She doesn't crochet. So I'm the one doing them, which is fine because it helps me with my pain level. So I'm grateful to be able to do them. Still a little bit too far down or too up, and it's not gonna snap it. So I have to be able to have, takes me about half an hour to do. So I can do, like, if I did, and I've done them, where I've done like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 in a day. But if you figure out that, I put that the wrong way. These bags are not equal, I'm telling you. They're not, because I've got one that was really short and then one was. It's weird. Either that or I didn't go all the way down. That's probably what happened with that. Hold on a second. No, it's not that. It's, well, it's fine, but still, one bag is short and one bag is not. It's still the same. Anyway, if each one takes me about a half an hour to do, okay, and I was able to do maybe, let's say, 8 in a day. That's going to take me 4 hours to do. And that, you know, that's fine. But if you're ordering like 60 or 100 of them, if I can only do 8 in a day and you're ordering 100, it's going to take me 8 days. And that's not if I'm having a bad day or if my hands get sore and I need a break. There's days where I've done these, like when I was doing this, and it took me, you know, it took me about 2 weeks. So I need to have a day where I can say, okay, my hands are sore, because they do get sore, and I need a break from doing them. So, you know, if it takes me 8 hours, I can do 4 hours worth, and that's taking a little bit of a break, and I can do 8, then you have to figure out that, you know, if I do 4 hours worth, taking little breaks throughout the day, that's 8 of them. So 8 times 8 is 48. So if you ordered like 60, it'll probably take me about 10 days, and that's not totally doing it every solitary day. So, and that's not shipping time and also waiting in between to make sure that the glue is adhered properly, that 24-hour wait period, and making sure that they hang and dry and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you're going to be doing it, well, that's the only thing I don't like. You can see the bag is like this, and then there's some bags that are, it's fine for this, but if you're not, you know, I'll be able to hide it in here. But look at that. I know the Soap Caddies aren't that far off. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if I can. There's a perfect example. They're exactly the same. They just sit a little different. So just be aware of that. But for this purpose, it doesn't matter. So if I was doing like a 60, or even if let's say I did 100, right? It would take me, 8 times 10 is 80. So that would be just 10 days. So it would take me about 2 weeks to do about 100 of them. So just be aware of that. So if you're ordering them for an event or anything like that, you got to give lead time. And they have to dry. And they sit there and package all of them. And they have to ship to you. And the way we work shipping is whatever I go and I have. This is a perfect example. Look. And the Soap Caddy is the same. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's just a little different. I take the package, take it to the post office, I find out exactly what the shipping is, and I round it up. So let's say it costs $12 to ship it. I'll let you know it's let's say it's $12.50, and we're charging $13. I don't do it on, we don't go to $12.50. We do $13. That includes shipping and handling and all the stuff. So that way you can, but the person pays for shipping. And I do the same thing with the Soap Caddy. If you do it through the Fourth Wall store, they'll automatically figure out what the shipping is. because they ship worldwide, so they'll figure out what the shipping is. But if you do it through, yeah, like for a party or something, then whatever the shipping is, that's what we charge. So, and I'll take it and get you the shipping, but we'll round it up. Okay. I'll figure out how many are behind me because I think that they're dry. They feel dry to me, so. There's a certain part I have to. I'm learning the stapler as I'm going. Thank you. Yep. We used to do them, and if you go on to our Fourth Wall store, you'll see how we used to do them. And the minute they were going to go into stores, I thought I got to figure some other packaging idea because it wasn't going to work. You know, I wanted it to be able to look nice, stand out, have the instructions, look sealed. And it wasn't going to work the old way. And then they weren't going to be able to have them, because here's the thing, the place, like the minute that place we went to with, what was it? I think, Sandy, I've sent you Soap Caddies, and the packaging is different than what you used to get. Didn't know what I was doing before. But the packaging, or like the Minute Market the Beyond Measure Market that we're going to put them in, they may want to put them over by their soaps. They sell soap there. They sell bar soap. So they may want to put a little peg and put them by their bar soap. And if I had them the other way, they're just not going to stand out. This way, they're going to stand out. And like I said, for right now, I don't have time. I should sit and do a whole video on Soap Caddy and do an updated one, but I haven't done it yet, but I will. But for right now, the older video I had, it works, it explains it. It directs them to our YouTube channel. So for right now, it works. Why are you doing this all of a sudden? Come on. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Oh, it's going to do it again if I try to. Don't rip it, please. It's stuck. You've been fine up to this point. What are you doing? Oops. Don't know why I did that. I can tape it and it will be fixed. So, because of those reasons, that's why we did what we did. That's why we changed the packaging, because I wanted to I wanted to make them stand out. And I thought if I go to some place and I don't have them like this, they're not gonna, I mean, I don't need to put the holes in the one for the event, but I am just putting them there. Because whatever we don't use at the event, I will be using in other places. And one thing, we have it for senior citizens around here. My mom gets it, and they get like extra money to go to local food farmers markets. And there's a lady in our area, and she has them in her little, the cute little shop, little farmer's thing, it's a little place by her house, and she has them. And when I went to see her last time, I gotta go see her again, she had sold one or two of them, but she had to kind of design her own little hanging thing, and I didn't like that. I thought, oh, I gotta figure something out, because they were clunky to hang. So these will, and I thought if I go to places, they've got to look professional. They can't look like, you know, they're handmade, but they got to have some professionalness about them. And like I said, there's a QR code, and it tells you, it takes you right to the, like I said, the QR code takes you right to that video, but I need to do a more updated video than what I did. But for right now, it works. So, I just want to make sure that the staples. And the lady I'm sending to in Georgia, she probably does need the hole punch, but we're just gonna do it. I don't know which one we're on what. It's just, and this way, if the lady in Georgia wants to put them on a little hook or something, instead of in a bin, she can do that. I'm hoping that her and I can, like, she could give me, I'd like to be able to see if she'd be willing to give me a promo code for y'all. Because I think it would be, it's not gonna work. But anyway. But my mom had that, I think we got that from QVC. And so my mom has had that for a long time, that rack, and we've taken it. We took it when Christina had the tie-dye stuff, and I hanged the tie-dye stuff on it. And now I use it for Soap Caddies. And Josh got those little hooks, and that way I can hang them on the hook, and and what I'll do with the towel caddy is I have the bags for the towel caddy, and each towel caddy is gonna go into, these are the towel caddy bags. So each towel caddy will get one of those. One towel caddy will go in each one. And it'll be a 2-pack. And I'll have it hanging. They're not that heavy, so I'll have like one front and one in back, or side by side. I haven't chosen yet how I'm going to do it, but it'll probably just be one. Probably be one in front and one in back. I'll have to look on there. Make sure. Let's see. Yep, tape. Probably don't need to do this step, but I don't know. It's just, I feel like I need to. It's just, I think it just makes sure that the staplers are not going to come out, and they're not going to they're not really rough, but I've had a couple of them where I just needed to do that. Yeah. Oh. See these little hooks Josh got me. And then that way I can just, no, I'm gonna wait on these. They may be just me, but I'm gonna give them till tomorrow. I usually like them to dry for just hang for 24 hours. This one's still a little damp on the bottom. And then that way I'm really sure they're dry and I don't take a chance on putting them in whatever, wet. I don't want to put them in wet. And I'm about had it. I'm gonna go have some cereal and let's put more of these out, which is fine. And clean up this mess and go back to working on finishing what soap caddies I've started for today. And and then I can start figuring out what soap caddies I need to do. And then I can go back to just making them random. Because like I said, I do a lot of blankets. So having these, I take them to doctor's offices and work on them. I take them when we're going to see Christina sometimes and I need to just have something to do, or, I'm sitting out, I don't have a blanket project to do. I just start making them, and I want to start having some in my purse. Because I have run into more times every time I've done it. Here's just a little something to tell you all. If you have a YouTube channel, have something in your purse or in your car or something. It doesn't have to be something like this. But I have had a couple incidents where I thought, I should have this in my purse to hand just to give. I'm not going to tell you what they cost us, but I can do that with these on occasion. Have a stock of them to say, okay, these are complimentary. These I can hand out for giveaways or just to hand to somebody. And so I've run into them a couple times where I'm like, I wish I'd had these and just be able to hand them out, because then our YouTube channel's on there and it directs people that may not otherwise know about it. For instance, I ran into the most sweetest cashier the other day. And I complimented her, partly because I used to be a cashier. And I said to her, don't quit your smile. Don't stop your smile. She was so sweet. And she said, I've been here for 13 days. She was at Walmart. And I don't plan on stopping. She said, did you find everything okay? And I said, yes. And she had the most nicest attitude. And I'm telling you, quite frankly, if I had one of these in my purse, I'd have reached in and said, here you go. This is for me. Just thank you so much for keeping a smile. So I'm going to take a couple of these, and I have, it's probably that salmon color that I got. It's this color. I've got a lot of that yarn left, but I don't have a lot that goes with it. This color. I had a closeout on that, and this is the only yarn that really goes with it. I've tried other yarns with it and it just doesn't go. I mean, it's pretty, but it's not, it's nice, it's pretty. It's like a salmon color. But this is the only yarn that really goes with it. There's not many colors in there that go with it. But anyway, I've got that one, this one, St. Patrick's Day. And I got more of these. Not got more of these yet. These can be washed tomorrow. Like I said, we have our little score thing, so we know if somebody's doing wash, they can throw these in and don't get them mixed up. Oh, St. Patty's Day. One other thing. I'd like to wish the person that does our intro and outro, especially when we go on the computer, Scott's birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday, my friend. Scott Thompson, as you know, is the one that does I Got You Covered and some other songs. So I'm going to be putting some other songs up. But he was born on St. Patty's Day. He doesn't like cards that say Happy St. Patty's Day because he wants to have his birthday separate from that. He was born on St. Patrick's Day. For those that don't know, Scott is like an uncle to me. So I am so blessed. But it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to what I feel is like my Uncle Scott. I call him my number one, I'm his number one fan. And so we got to speak with him yesterday. So anyway, I know you all wish him a very happy birthday as well. And I just put up Mocha with the birthday. I thought I should have done something for Scott, but a lot happened yesterday. We had fish yesterday. Josh had the surgery yesterday. And so thankfully it was in office. Thankfully he did well. And it was so funny when we went there and he's like, I can just leave it. I don't really need to do it. I said, we're not leaving here without that thing out of your body. So you can, I'm not going anywhere. Doctor really encouraged him to get it removed because he said it may come back or it may not. So there was a lot going on yesterday. So anyway, that's me right now. I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to do the very best I can over the next month to come on, do lives, be on, but there's a lot of stuff. There's, event happening in April for our family. And I also need to focus on that too, because I don't want to I'm the person that's doing all the decorations for everything. I don't want to be too much in the weeds and feel like I'm just too overwhelmed. So I know you all give me grace. I know that I have to catch up with the Advent, and I just don't see me doing any of that. I thought to myself, the Advent series might take 2 years before it gets finished. So I do have reviews to do. I do have stuff to do. I do have videos that I need to put together and everything. I thank you for your patience. I think once I kind of get through this next month here, I can kind of breathe a little bit until we have blessings happening in June in our family. So I can kind of, but I've got to get these done. I've got to get these done. I've got to get blankets sewn in. I've got to get the towel caddies done because they're going for the prizes. I've got to print some stuff out. I've got to print out the games and everything that we're doing for the event. So I do have a lot that needs to get done, and I don't want to. I've got so many. If we all heard the spoon theory, right? The spoon theory is you got so many spoons, and once they're done, they're kind of done. And so I don't want to. I have to watch that I'm not over. That I haven't used my spoons, and there's nothing left. So it's going to come on quick. And I don't want to be chasing my tail either. I don't have the energy nor the patience to do that. So, y'all just have to take me as is for the next month. And I love y'all and know that we're going to just be here connecting with each other and making sure that we connect and grow for sure. So with that being said, I'm going to sit here, decide what colors I need and what colors I have. Thank you all for just joining me, for just packing these things up, and then I can determine what I need to do. So I love you all. I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow. We shall see. But Friday we will come on and we will paint that project that I did. So we can see how that lace project will turn out for sure. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Thank you, Handcraft by Jackie. I love you all. Remember to be proud of you because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered, and we love you all. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.